Hey Speedway fans, here's everything you need to know about the 2015 Speedway Grand Prix season. The 2015 Speedway Grand Prix season will be the 70th individual annual World Championship and the 21st since the Grand Prix format began in 1995. This year there's the usual 12 Grand Prix visiting 9 different countries, so let's have a look at what they are. The season starts with the first Polish GP from Stadion Narodowy in Warsaw on the 18th of April, which will be the inaugural Speedway Grand Prix to be held at this stadium. Then from Poland, the season moves on to Finland for round 2 and the Finnish GP on the 16th of May. This will be held at the Ratana Stadium in Tampere and is the second Speedway Grand Prix to be held here. The first was last year and, despite not being that entertaining, was won by Matěj Zagar. Next up, it's the Czech Republic GP from the Markéta Stadium in Prague on May 23rd. This will be the 19th Speedway Grand Prix here and was most recently won by Ty Woffington last year. A month break follows before round 4 when the season heads to the UK and the British GP on the 4th of July from the Millennium Stadium in Cardiff. This will be the 15th Grand Prix to be held there and Greg Hancock was the winner last year. After Britain, it's the Latvian GP on July 18th from the Lokomotiv Stadium in Daugavpils. This is the 7th Grand Prix to be staged here with Krzysztof Kasprzak, the winner last year. A quick turnaround sees the season travel to Sweden for round 6 and the Swedish GP on the 25th of July. The event comes from the GMB Arena in Melilla, where Ty Woffington won in 2014. We stay in Scandinavia and round 7 comes from Denmark on the 8th of August. The Danish GP has a new home this year with the inaugural Speedway Grand Prix from the CASA Arena in Horsens. After this, it's time for the second Polish GP, which comes from the Edward Janczar Stadium in Gorzów on the 29th of August. This will be the 5th Speedway Grand Prix in Gorzów, and last year Bartosz Marslik won. Round 9 is the Slovenian GP from the Matija Gubka Stadium in Krško on September 12th. The stadium has held 9 previous Grand Prix, and the most recent was in 2013 with Jarek Hampel winning. The season then returns to Sweden for round 10 and the Scandinavian GP, which is going to be held in Stockholm on the 26th of September. The event will be the third at the Friends Arena, where last year Jarek Hampel was the winner. The final Speedway Grand Prix in Europe will be the third Polish GP on October 3rd and comes from the Marion Rose Motor Arena in Torun. There have been 5 previous here, and last year Krzysztof Kasprzak took the checkered flag in the final. And finally, round 12 sees the Speedway Grand Prix make a return down under with the Australian GP from the Etihad Stadium in Melbourne on October 24th. The event is only the second Speedway Grand Prix to be held in Australia. So now we know where the GPs are, let's look at who the regular riders will be. We start off with number 45, Greg Hancock. The American Greg is the reigning world champion, having won for the 3rd time in his career last year. He's 44 years old and finished last year with 140 points and a GP win in Britain. He won 32 heats and reached 10 semis and 8 finals, and Greg sits 4th all time in Speedway Grand Prix wins with 18 and has finished on the podium 57 times, which is the most out of any Speedway Grand Prix rider. Next up is number 507, Krzysztof Kasprzak. The 30-year-old Pole finished runner-up last year, scoring 132 points, and he won 3 GPs, which was the most of all the riders. He won them in Bydgoszcz, Daugavpils and Torun. He had 25 heat wins and reached the semis 8 times, converting all of them into finals. The 3 GP wins were the first of his career, and he has 11 podium appearances. Number 3, Nicki Pedersen. Finishing 3rd last year on 121 points after winning a race-off against Ty Woffington, the 37-year-old from Denmark was as controversial as he ever is. While he didn't manage to win a GP last year, he still did make 7 semis and 4 finals, and he won 22 heats along the way. Nicki is 5th overall in both Speedway Grand Prix wins and podiums, having won 13 times and been in the top 3 43 times. Next up is 108 Ty Woffington. Ty, 24 from Great Britain, was unable to repeat his title of 2013 last year, and he missed out on a medal courtesy of that race-off loss to Nicki Pedersen. His 4th place came with 121 points and Grand Prix wins in Prague and Melilla. He won 27 races, reached 8 semis and 4 finals. He's got 3 career GP wins and 9 podium places. Number 55, Matěj Zagar. At 32 years of age, the Slovenian comes into this year on the back of his best ever Speedway Grand Prix performance, having finished 5th with 113 points last year. He got 1 GP win in Finland, and he had 18 heat wins and 6 semi-final appearances, converting 3 of them to finals. The Grand Prix win was the first of his career, and he's been on the podium 9 times. Number 100, Andreas Jonsson. His best season since finishing runner-up in 2011 saw the 34-year-old Swede finish 6th, scoring 103 points and winning the Nordic GP in Vojens. He managed 5 semi-finals and 2 finals, winning 14 heats overall. Andreas has 9 career GP wins and 17 podiums. Number 23, Chris Holder. Having returned from some horrific injuries, the former world champ was able to score 100 points on his way to finishing 7th. The Australian, who is 27, won 15 heats, reached 8 semis and 2 finals. Chris has 4 GP wins in his career and has 13 times been on the podium. Number 33, Jarek Campbell. 2-time silver medalist Jarek overcame an extremely tough start of the year to finish 8th with 98 points. He won the Scandinavian GP in Stockholm, memorably going through the card to record a 21-point maximum. In total, the 32-year-old from Poland had 22 heat wins, 6 semis and 4 finals. Campbell has a career 6 GP wins and has been on the podium 24 times. Number 75, Troy Batchelor. In 2014, the 27-year-old Australian finished 9th in his first full Speedway Grand Prix season, scoring 91 points and doing enough to earn a wildcard selection for this year. He won 14 heats with 5 semi-final appearances and 2 finals. Troy reached the podium once last year and that was the first time in his career. Next up is number 88, Niels Christian Iversen. Unfortunately, his season was ended early last year with injury, but before then he scored 87 points, which was enough for an 11th placed finish and made him a clear choice for a wildcard pick this year. He delighted the Danish fans when he won his home GP, and the 32-year-old had 16 heat wins and 5 semi-finals, converting 1 into the final which he won. Niels has 3 GP wins and 4 podiums in his career. Next up is number 37, Chris Harris. The 32-year-old Brit had a horrible time last year, finishing last of the 15 regulars with 48 points. Bomber rescued his Speedway Grand Prix career with a 3rd place at the GP Challenge. In the GPs, he managed just 4 heat wins and was the only regular not to reach a semi-final. In his career, however, Chris does have a GP win and 7 podiums. Next up is number 69, Jason Doyle. The 29-year-old is the 3rd Australian to be riding regular this year as he makes his Speedway Grand Prix debut, having qualified from the GP Challenge, finishing runner-up. Next up is number 71, Maciej Janowski. Magic comes into this season having won the GP Challenge. The 23-year-old Pole will be taking part in his first full season, having previously made a couple of wildcard appearances. Number 52, Michael Jepsen Jensen. A host of good GP wildcard and substitute appearances in the past has earned the 23-year-old from Denmark a full-time wildcard pick for this year. Despite not competing in a full season, Michael has a GP win to his name. And finally, number 30, Thomas H. Jonasson. Thomas is the final wildcard pick for 2015 and completes the lineup. 26 years old from Sweden, Thomas has appeared in 6 GPs before this season. So now you have everything you need to know about the coming Speedway Grand Prix season. Thanks for watching, and check back at this channel throughout the year for Grand Prix preview videos, and if anybody wants to play a free Fantasy Speedway Grand Prix competition, head to www.fantasyspeedwaygp.com. A link will be posted in the description.